talk about new trading ideas, but most important to manage our trend following trades, because a couple of them are really deep in profit and we have to manage them. Also, I am pleased to teach you a little bit and to talk about trading stuff, and your trading ideas or your questions are always welcome here on YouTube and on Zoom also. So if you, we stream this show on YouTube at the same time. You will find a button in the right corner. It's called subscribe. Then you can subscribe to the channel so you will never miss an episode. You can give us a like if you want. You can leave a comment below this video. So feel free to ask whatever's in your mind. I can see it here on YouTube and of course on Zoom also. So let me welcome you, Olsi Relaxation. Good morning, Yanis, Daniel, Afshin. Good morning, Anka, AT. Good morning, Yanis. I can see your question about British pound, Australian dollar. I'll have it on a list to talk about it. And now let's go to the screen and let me share my screen here with you. I have to just fix it a little bit because I just have only 2 screens. So here we go. Okay, on Zoom also, Janusz, good morning, Jens, Del, Hartmut, Karel, good morning, Bladen, Rainer, Igoris, good morning, Tina, also nice to have you here. And thanks to my moderator in the back, Nastia, good morning. My name is Markus and I am welcome and I'm really happy to have you here back. So the first of all, Radu, good morning. First of all, let's have a look at the quick updates. The top news this morning. So you can see in the slide, it's admiralmarkets.com/analytics. You'll find a lot of very, very interesting content. And this morning, it's Nestle. It's a Swiss company. First quarter sales rose. Bags 2020, 2022 outlook. Then from Australia, Megaport shares slumped to a 2-year low of the third quarter revenue, and Australian regulators issues crypto asset guidance. That's really important. So, and about our webinars, let's see, because we have, I guess we will have a webinar on Friday. Yes, tomorrow. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, German time, Europe time, by the way. It's Rise of the Machines, high frequency trading and how to profit from it. That could be also a really, really interesting thing. So then let's go back to the homepage. And we will see the upcoming events for today. No, that was too far away. So where we are, here we go. Thursday, we expect at 11 o'clock German time, the harmonized CPI from the Eurobonian. Previous one is 0.9, the forecast says 2.5, let's see. And then in the afternoon, 2:30, we expect the US weekly export sales. And at 4 o'clock, the FCCI flash consumer confidence indicator from the European Union. And of course, as every Thursday, we expect the weekly natural gas storage report. So that's the numbers for today. The best idea to follow every numbers and every interesting thing is to have and to follow the Telegram channel from Admirals here, and you will find in the link, you will find the link in chat and on YouTube also. In case you have Twitter additionally on your account, or you're more a fan of Twitter, then it's a cool thing if you follow Admirals Global Let me see. Here is it. Admirals Global here on Twitter also. And if you want to follow me, it's daytrader70. Okay, so now let's go to our charts. And as always, we start with DAX 10 minutes. Because if you're a day trader, DAX is one of the top instruments, and really low spread and lightning execution, really. And you see that's a lovely trend. So, and as I said last week, it's really high probably that we come from the green zone back to the point of control, and we reached it after a couple of hours, days. And finally, you see the trend is continuing. And now if you have a closer, look, you see we have the second entry, or the entry in the second trend arm I told you yesterday, with the stop loss at the last 0.3, or in the third trend arm also after this two balance candles here, this entry, then you are able to follow the trend. And this is really lovely. If you learn this system, it could be really easy, and it could give you the chance to make money if you follow still the trend. So in case you are in since here or since this price, then you are in profit. Maybe you can take half. Actually, this is not a trend continuation here on the right side of the chart, because there was not a close, not really a close. It's just a game, and therefore the stop loss should be placed there. So I can highly recommend that you don't analyze and you don't interpret. And this is a kind of difficult situation, because now the price is going up and up and up and up, and the trend is continuing and continuing. And now unexperienced traders used to say, oh, the price cannot go higher. Oh, it's too expensive. Oh, the trend is too old. Could be, yes, but it's just your interpretation and it's just your analyze. But that's not the job. Except or unless it's your job to analyze, then I guess you have a job at the bank or at a hedge fund. Then you can analyze some things, but then you're not a trader. If you are a private trader, then it's important that you have rules. Why? Yeah, because you have to work with probabilities. When you don't need any rules? Yeah, the moment you are big enough and you can influence the price with your volume, then you don't need rules, because then you take the volume and then you can influence the price, and then you can say what happens next, and you exactly know where the price is in 1 hour or in the next 5 seconds or maybe today, whatever. But this is just only possible if you have enough volume in your account. So if you are not one of those traders, they can influence the price, then you have to work with probabilities. If you cannot work with guarantees, you have to work with probabilities. And as you know, that's logical thinking. Probability means you need a mathematic calculation. For mathematic calculation, you need fixed conditions, which means if, then. So therefore, you need rules. Let me take an example, very simple. If the trending moving average crosses the 51 from down to up, then it's a buy signal. That's rules. Or if the 50 crosses the 100 from up to down, then it's a sell signal. That's rules. Yeah. And then you have to follow the rules. In case you can, you made a back test that you can prove that this strategy is profitable and has a profitable hit quote. This is the first step. Yeah. Don't talk about risk management. Yeah. That comes afterwards. First of all, you need a strategy you can prove with numbers that it's really profitable if you do so. Okay. So, and if you can do this, then you have to calculate your money afterwards. You need a plan how to, if then. So, and or you make trend following. So like me, entry between the second and the fourth trend arm and land at the trend running. So as long as it's possible, because the market says when the trend is over, not you and me. So this is what I want to always use to say, stop analyzing, stop interpreting. You will never know how far the trend will go. So just quick reminder, think about US dollar, Japanese yen. When we started this trend in March 8, we could never know what happens. Or did you expect that we will have 11, at the moment, 11 trend arms? Did you expect this? Did you know that? Because if you were knowing that, then you were all in. But I didn't know it. So therefore, never judge, never interpret, never analyze, just following the rules. This is very, very important. So let me see. Bernd, wonderful, good morning. Ute, also. Andre, good morning. Vincent, lovely, good morning also. I can see this here on YouTube also. Okay, let's go to our top instruments, and we will, let's start with Bitcoin. And in Bitcoin, it's a kind of broken downtrend, but actually there is no uptrend. What do we need for an uptrend? Our secondary, because the main trend is still facing upwards, you know. For an uptrend, we need now this move. Now we have a correction. We need another move, which has a higher high than the last one, and then a correction, and then we can go up. So this is what I'm waiting for, because the main trend is the green one, and this is still facing, it's a long trend. So, and maybe it's a good, it's one of the best situations ever in trading if you have two trends in the same direction, because then you have two different sorts of traders and different trading size, trend sizes. They are trading in the same direction. You have more buyers or sellers on your side. So let's go to the other top instruments, and we go to the Dow Jones. And in Dow Jones, we are still a little bit higher than yesterday because the trend is continuing now. So, and this is interesting. We have to figure out where's the last point 2. So the last point 2 is this one, because there were no closes here. That's the last point 2 here. So, which means that's my trend. So that's one, and this one, and this one. And now it could be really interesting because the next correction, that's ours. Yeah, that's ours. So this is what I'm waiting for. Yeah. So this is the trend. You can see the kind of different if you want. Then it's this one. But be careful, that's not a close. So because it's this one. Yeah, and then you have also the same situation. But perfectly, that's the last point 2, which it means that's the starting point for a new trend. So we are waiting for the correction, and then let's go long in Dow Jones. A correction deeper than 38, by the way. Then we have DAX 40. And in DAX 40, we have also broken up trend. And there were closes below the last point 2, which means this is my trend now. And this is in DAX the best situation, because now we are still deep in a green lower zone. Now we have a correction. We are waiting for we have a move, we have a valid trend rule number 1 fits. We're waiting for the second correction, and then we are waiting, then correction, balance candle, correction at the best deeper 38, and then let's go up. So this is what I am waiting for in DAX 40 for the moment. Let's see what's about gold. And in gold, yeah, first let's make an orientation. Let's see where we are. And in gold, we are still in the expensive price zone. The fair price is down 1,792, around about $1,800. So, and as you know, I told you last week, this is a main downtrend. We're starting here, first correction, second one, and now we are in a big downtrend. Yeah, maybe this one. And that's a big downtrend, but it's the second trend arm. And you know, point of control is there. So there was an uptrend, it's coming there, but that's the break. Yeah. And now we have a kind of new move and a small correction. So maybe could be a good thing to make an entry there to speculate on a trend continuation of this big downtrend. Especially, you know, the point of control is pulling the price a bit more. So the probabilities are a bit more on the side. Normally we have in a second trend on a probability and hit quote about 70% roundabout, but with the point of control, it could be 1 or 2% more. So this is what I have on my plate in gold to going short here in a second trend arm. And finally, it's Euro USD. And in Euro USD, point of control is quite far away. Here it's up at 113.20. And the trend is really kind of difficult to see because that was just the ECB announcement. It was a big stupid spike. And that's the problem because the spike is not a trend continuation. And that means that finally, this is still my last point 2. And the new trend starts always at the last point 2. So, and that means, okay, this is the starting point. So, and now we are waiting for this. So we need, that's the possible point 2, if we will see a long. And then we need a close above this, and then a correction, and then we can go up. And this is what we are waiting for, or what I am waiting for in Euro USD. That would be technically correct. That's about Euro USD. Okay, before I come to my running trades and any proposals, including answering your questions, I want to ask you the question of the day. And the question of the day for Thursday is, what should a proper trading education contain? So 3 answers: basic knowledge, trading strategies, or the Holy Grail, if there one exists, a Holy Grail. So what should a proper trading education contain? Basic knowledge, trading strategies, or the Holy Grail? While you're doing this, let's go to my running trades. So, and we have, first of all, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, and that's really cool. And we are in 371 pips in profit for the moment. And now it looks like we have a new point two. It looks like we have a new point two. That's the big move here. So that's the next point two. We have still trend candles. So we are waiting for the next candle, but actually this is the last high. That's the last price. And just wait and you see also long running trend. Yeah, we will never know how far the trend will go. The point of control is here. Yeah, and the price is really expensive, but not that much expensive. Yeah, but you see trend following. Even a correction takes a long time. Yeah, it's not my part to analyze the time part in trading because there does not exist the time at all, especially not in trading. So it's just a trend, and the trend will break if we will have a clear close without the last point three. As long as there is no clear close, there is no trend break. And just two things must happen: trend break or trend continuation. And you see, if you don't have a trend break, you will have a trend continuation. That's really wonderful trend following. Yeah. Now let's see what happens next. Euro Australian dollar. Oh, that's lovely. So we opened the position a couple of days before. There was no trend continuation yet. And now we see a kind of stabilization at our entry. And now in the last hours, we have much more buyers than sellers actually. Yeah, so that looks like really cool. And as you know, the point of control is quite far away, really quite far away. So this is one of the first situations where we can try a pyramiding system. Yeah, with every, we can pyramid 3 times. So we have 4 positions then. This is the first and the second trend arm. And we want to add 2 more in the third and in the fourth trend arm. If this will happen, I don't know right now. So let's check it. Euro Japanese yen. Yes, we have a new high, small correction, and now buyers come back. Let's see, over 1,000 pips in profit. That's really cool. I hope you are a part of it. And in case you are a part of this, you could do a good thing if you make a screenshot and send it to me, or you make a screenshot and post it on Facebook, on Twitter, hashtag Admirals or Admirals Global, or on Instagram, and say where you have learned it in Admirals Morning Briefing Show. There you can learn such wonderful things, for example. Okay, so next one is Euro New Zealand dollar. Oh, that's beautiful. In Euro New Zealand dollar, we have an open position too. That was the entry in the second trend arm. And now we had a kind of stabilization here. There was no trend continuation up to now, but maybe now we see a next trend continuation. And here's, by the way, the same procedure. We have a lot of space to go up to the point of control. This could be also pyramiding possibility. Let's see. So New Zealand Canadian dollar, it's short. It's short, and that was a correction here, but actually we have another trend continuation. That's just a spike below the last 0.2, but not a close. Just wait. Stop loss is at the last 0.3. We cannot lose money. Just let it go. And finally, it's US dollar Japanese yen. We have 1,250 pips in profit. Now we see a bit of correction. The stop loss is at last 0.3. That is the point where the trend will break. As long as we don't see it, and as long as the price is not going deeper than this correction, the trend is still valid. Yeah, and the point of control is much way on the longer side. Yeah, so that's the running trades. And let's have a look at the account. Yeah, $1,835 in profit. Yeah, we are way back to the in the account. That's really fine. So we are really back on track. Okay, now it comes to proposals and your questions. So let's see, first of all, here is British pound. Now let's start here with crude oil. Let's see crude oil. To be honest, in crude oil, there is nothing to do because it's a broken downtrend, but there is not valid trend here on the right side of the chart. Oh, maybe there is. 1, 2, yeah, but actually we have buyers there. But maybe if the price turns around again, then maybe we can go short. So it's a good thing to the watch list for the next hours, periods, I think. So so then British pound, New Zealand dollar. Sorry, I do this here. British pound, New Zealand dollar in 4-hourly chart. Okay, this is a clear long. So first, the point of control is on the upper side here at 197,200, and that's a clear. It's a clear long in 4-hourly chart. So that was the first trend arm. And let's see. Nah, that's just a fake. Yeah, it's still in a kind of second trend arm, yes. Maybe it could be a good chance to go long here and to speculate and go back to the point of control. Yeah. To be honest, for me, there is no short trend because you have to start at the last point 2, which means that's the last point 2. In short, that's not a trend continuation. So, and this is not a valid trend. So for me, it's a clear long. Just for me. Everybody can do whatever you want, by the way. So what's the difference between crude oil and WTI is the same. There's just a difference between crude oil, WTI, and Brent. Brent is North Sea and WTI comes from US. It's an American oil. But crude oil and WTI is the same. So then we had a question from there was British pound, Australian dollar. British pound, Australian dollar. Of course. Where is it? Here we go. So British pound, Australian dollar. It's a long. I guess it's a long. 1, 2. There was no break. 3. No trend continuation. Still in the correction. Yes. That's 1, 2, third trend arm. Yeah, could be possible to go long there. I guess we will do this after the show. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. Well done. Really good. And we have enough space to go up to the point of control, British pound, Australian dollar. That could be really cool. Yeah. So could you please explain the meaning of a point 2? Point 2 is always a high or a low in a trend. Yeah. Trend trading, that's what I asked you yesterday. Yeah. Could you be successful without an education? No, you cannot. Not on a long run. Short run, yes. So therefore, I always can highly recommend watch the shows. Go deeper and quicker if you grab the course on my homepage, for example, and you can learn such things. Yeah, it costs a little bit money, yes, of course, and time, of course, but you can, as Paul yesterday mentioned, you always have to pay. You can invest in your education and pay for education, or you can pay the market. But market is much more expensive and it takes much more longer time. So then is S&P 500 in an uptrend right now? Let's see. I guess it is. I checked it this morning already. I guess it is. Yeah. Yes, it's the same like Dow Jones. 1 and 2. Valid trend, yes, just waiting for the correction and then can go up. Yeah, also very good. So Australian US dollar 4-hourly chart. Let's see. My opinion, it's a bit too late. So there was a first one, and there was a second one. So, and to be honest, that's the third one. Yeah, it's a bit too late, especially you have a contrary trend right now. Yeah, it's not the best situation. So actually, I would not trade it here in this way. Not really. Okay, so on my list today is if you trade Australian US dollar, yeah, this is what I prepared. Yes, it's just the downtrend. We traded already, and now there's a bit of uptrend right now, but we need a deeper correction. Then short, it's too late, but in a long position, we need a deeper correction, and then that's maybe a situation, but not yet. It's definitely too early. And I want to show you Euro Swiss franc. It's here. That's one of my proposals for today, Euro Swiss franc, because there is, it's too late. Yeah, that's bad because the correction was not deep enough. So that was the first trend arm. And was that second one? Yeah, but that's what not, that's too heavy. Yeah, so the correction was too deep, just one balanced candle here with this high and low. That was really difficult. Yeah, so too late. I thought this morning we will have a deeper correction and then we can go official long, but this is not happening. Actually, we have more buyers for Euro for the moment. Interesting, very interesting. So do we have, what is this? What's your take on the US 10 years treasury note? Nothing. Do I have it here on my list? Let's see the 10-year treasury bond future here, US 10 years. Yeah, let's see it. And let's see what we can do here. Oh, that's a lovely trend. That's a really lovely trend. Yeah, that's a wonderful example for trend following. Yeah, so fair price, much higher here, 130.60. And oh, that's a really lovely trend. Okay, so that's cool. Let's see. We are just an old downtrend, really old. I wouldn't trade it. Just waiting for a possible uptrend. Just on a watch list, but maybe for the next days. That's my opinion about this. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was my part for today. And you answered the question of the day: what should a proper trading education contain? And 50 winner is trading strategies. That's really cool. So what's my opinion about this? Yes, of course, proper trading education should contain a trading strategy. But to be honest, I see it like driving a car. Before you can drive a car properly, you should make a driver license. One needs more hours to take it, one needs less hours to take it. But first of all, you need to know how a car is working. Yeah, where you have to take the gas, where you have to push the space, the brake, the pace and the brake, and something like this. Kind of basic knowledge. Yes, whatever you do in your life, you start with a kind of basic knowledge. Even if you learn a new language. Yeah. So like if I want to learn speak Thai language, for example, here in Thailand, yeah, and I have to learn the words first of all, and then we start with simple sentences. Yeah. So I think a basic knowledge to grab the logic is also it's same important, equals important than having a strategy. Yeah. But when you have a strategy and you don't know how it really works, or if you cannot explain when the strategy is not working, then you have a big lack of understanding of the basic knowledge. So therefore, my private opinion is, of course, the strategy should be a part of a proper education, but also a basic knowledge. It's also. And the Holy Grail, as you know, I guess 7%, it was a kind of joking, but that does not exist a Holy Grail in trading. Oh, that's wrong. No, there exists. You're right. But it's not a part of education. Yeah. What's the Holy Grail in trading? There is one. But there is not the Holy Grail in trading. There's just a Holy Grail of trading in trading. What's the Holy Grail? It's you. You are the Holy Grail. Why you or me? Because the success in trading, the Holy Grail, is in you. Because just only you are responsible for your trading success. Therefore, the Holy Grail is you. In this case, I wish you a wonderful trading day, a wonderful day. Thanks for listening again. We'll see each other tomorrow again. I wish you a lovely day. Have courage and be kind. And may the force of the rule